Hey, what is up, guys? Back for another video. We have a different scene. We got a different look. We got a different vibe. We have a different feel. We out here in the beach. I'm feeling this whole hippie vibe out here, right? We have Venice Beach, and we're gonna get down into the nitty and the gritty and talk to you guys about posing, okay? 3 specific poses. We're gonna go over the front double bicep, we're gonna go over the side chest, and we're gonna go over the back double bicep. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm thinking throughout the years that I've learned, what the judges want to see, what I've been told from the judges, and what I've been teaching as well. Stripped it down for all access. Show you guys what I'm looking like 13 weeks out. We want to hit the ground running early to be ready early, right? Is the game plan this year. Let's rock. Let's get into the posing. Let's get all up into it. And without further ado, first things first pose is the front double bicep. We want to start from the ground up, okay? So we want to set our feet, then we want to travel up through the upper body and then finish the pose with our feet on one plane, even in a line, okay? We don't want this one back. We don't want it one in front. So I set my feet, then I flex the legs, okay? So now the legs are there. I should not lose the legs. I should not let off of the legs, okay? And I should not lose the muscle flexing from the legs, okay? Once it's set, we don't lose it. Then I travel up, guys, with the chest up. Typically want our fist at the top of our head, right at the crown of our head, okay? We want our fist, boom. Okay, then as I finish upstairs, I wanna rotate my elbows and wrists back, okay? And I want to stand up tall, guys, from my low back, okay? So that's where me standing up tall is from, and where I feel it the most. Not actually in the chest, or it's not actually from the legs or anything else. When I actually say stand up tall, which we do on pretty much all the poses, it comes from the low back. Okay, set the feet, stand up, low back, crown on the head, rotate elbows and wrists back, and then chest up from the low back. Yes? Don't forget to smile. There's different variations. There's more of a classic style to where we are leaning more on the hip. There's more bodybuilding style to where we're straight up, okay? Different variations. Those are the basic ones right there that you could play with. Not too many competitors go outside of those two. The lean, okay, to one side or the next, your favorite. More dominant leg should be always the accented leg. This is the accented leg as you travel up, yes? Through the low back, guys, remember, through the low back. So once again, feet at an even plane, set the feet, set the legs, travel up from the low back, elbows back, wrist back, okay? Rotate it back here like this. Don't rotate them back and keep your shoulders forward, guys. Your arms, open up with your arms and rotate them back. Capiche? So not forward here and back. Open up with the arms, rotate them back, crown of the head. Yes, and from the low back, chest up. So now that we've mastered the front double bicep, or we're close to it with more work, we move on into the side chest. Now with the side chest, same thing, every pose, guys. You start from the ground up, set the feet, and then you travel upstairs. What we're going to do in the side chest is first set our foot inside of our arch. Okay, set our foot, our ball of the foot inside of the arch right here. There's no gap in the legs, guys. We want the legs to be flush together like this. So we want both teardrops, vastus medialis. Got you on the science term. Vastus medialis touching. No gaps in the legs right here, yes? Okay, then the pressure, guys, is in the front foot. The pressure here is in the front foot all the way up to the glute. So that's when you see the striated glutes from the side and you see the hamstring from the side. That's what we're looking at because there's pressure there. The athletes are putting the pressure there. Okay, so as the pressure gets there, right, that's when you are able to flex the glute And the reason why there's no gap also, guys, is so we could pop the hamstring. That's just a little trick. There's no gaps, so my medialis here is pressing up against my hamstring, right, to give it more of a drop, to give it more development down there. So then as we now have our feet set, we are set from the ground up. Now we're traveling up. Your backhand is in front of your forehand. Now you're going to go in the midsection, okay? You're just going to press into your rib cage, flush, guys, flush. Press into your rib cage, flush, and then shoulders even, okay? We don't want one tilted from one to the next, uneven shoulders. We want even shoulders, okay? And then chest up from the low back. Your forearm here is pressed up against your lat, guys. Press it up against your lat and then flex it. Press it up against your lat to give it a little bit more width, then flex it, okay? So I'm pressed, I am flush up against my rib cage, pressing my arm here up against my lat, flexing the lat, or excuse me, flexing the arm, boom. And then from the low back, chest is high. Shoulders are even. Yes? And that is that side chest. Don't forget to smile as you finish the pose and as you polish it up. Last pose, back double bicep. So very different from the front double is that we're going to have now one leg, right, to the back. Whatever the strong hamstring is, the more developed hamstring, that's the one you want to the judges. Okay, so mine is my right one. Okay, so we're gonna have that one back. All it is if you guys are standing shoulder width, okay, you put whatever your strong leg is straight to the back. So if it's my right one, I put that straight to the back, and usually it's about maybe a half a foot of a gap from my front foot, as far as how far it is from my front foot. Okay, straight back and about a half a foot from the front foot. Now, what we do is we turn our feet 45-degree angle, right, to display all our hard work with the lateralis, which is we call them the sweeps. Yes, we turn our feet at a 45-degree angle. Turn my foot, 45-degree angle, right foot, left foot, 45-degree angle. So hopefully you guys can see now more development here with the quads. Yes? Setting the feet from the ground up. Remember, guys, always. So now we're setting it up. We're flexing the calves, hamstrings, glutes, low back, and then we're standing up tall from the low back. Same thing also now as the front double bicep. When you bring it up to the crown of the head, right, the fists, you rotate elbows and wrists back. Yes? Now, with the back double bicep, you can lean back a little bit because the judges are at an angle downward looking at you. Okay, so as you come back, as you flex it, you can lean back on it a little bit just to show them a little bit more detail and a little bit more density and a little bit more depth that you've developed from your back. Yes? So we have it at a 45-degree angle, both feet pointed. Okay? Start with the calves, hamstrings, glutes, low back, traveling up, stand tall with the low back, from the low back. Yes? Crown of the head, fists, rotating fists and elbows back, and then with a lean back. Now, you could look to one side or the next. Sometimes when you're really lean, that gives you a little extra feathering or a little extra detail in the low trap. All right, you look into one side or the next, gives you extra detail in the trap, and you learn those tricks along the way as you guys start posing more and more every single day, a few times a day, right? That's how often we do it. So one more time, 45-degree angle at the feet, okay? Calves, hamstrings, glutes, low back, standing tall from the low back, fists at the crown of the head, boom, elbows, wrists, rotating back from the shoulder, yes, and then leaning back just slightly leaning back. We don't want to lean back too much, just slightly, right? To give it some depth here from your erectors into your low back. You want to go width first and then development in thickness. So we want to make sure we're staying wide, and that comes from, guys, the rotation of the elbows and wrists. Brings the lats with it. And when you guys get more development, you know, more mind muscle control from your muscles, then you always in control of what you're flexing and what you're showcasing. So elbows, wrists rotated back, mindful of width with the lats. Now, then we're going to go ahead and lean back, guys, leaning back, and elbows physically moving back for a little bit more depth. Okay? Depth and detail and separation. Hope you guys learned a little something there. That was fun. Always remember, guys, start from the ground up. Never lose the legs, okay? Always be stationary with your legs, flexing the legs. You can always adjust the upper body, and it looks a lot more professional when you are solid with the legs at all times, okay? You can even physically look at the legs and say, okay, do I have the legs? Yep, I have the legs. Now I'm ready to travel upstairs and finish the pose with the upper body. Hit me up for posing on the website forthedamnwin.com, or you can email me at breonmansley@gmail.com. Grab your sessions out there, grab your sessions. We're still heavy in the mix of competition season, for damn sure, okay? So polish your posing, and once you master your posing, you definitely master the art of bodybuilding, all right? So love, and I'm out, guys. See you on the next video, okay?